Shanti Shanti.
Yam labdhva chaparam labham manyate nadhikam tataha. That means by getting which we will never look for anything else. So that is how he comes closer and closer. Maybe one day he says that, please initiate me into this path which has taken you to this kind of a level of the mind, this kind of impersonality or this dimension of the mind. Oh Mahatman, I would also like to have that kind of a mindset. I would like to reach where you are. Please guide me, take me by the hand. Then the saint, being kind, he gives him some guidance and he initiates him into the path. And when we do our sadhana of proceeding on that path, slowly we find out that it is not only in the Guru, that reality is there in me, and not only it is in me, but that is what I am in reality. That is my real identity. So one day it happens that the small I gets merged into that universal I, which is the other bird, which only looks at the small bird with a kind, graceful look, with an impersonal look. That is what it says. Tayoranya pippalam swadvatti anashnananyo abhichakashiti. That is, one of them is tasting the fruits, whereas the other one, it is not eating, it is only abhichakashiti. It is only looking around and looking at the bird with a kind, graceful look, with an impersonal look, where there is no mental reaction of raga dvesha. See, the whole world is only troublesome because of our likes and dislikes, our raga dvesha. The world, there is nothing wrong. When we are free of the raga dvesha, then the whole world will become blessed for us. Yoga Vasishtha says, Vasishtha Deva says, Purne manasi sampurnam jagat sarvam sudhadravaihi upanat gudhapadasya nanu charmastritaiva bhuhu. Purne manasi sampurnam jagat sarvam sudhadravaihi upanat gudhapadasya nanu charmastritaiva bhuhu. He says that when the mind becomes purna, purne manasi sampurnam, when the mind becomes purna, becomes full, the whole world becomes nectarine, flowing with nectar, full with nectar. How? Upanat gudha padasya nanu charma astrita iva bhuhu. That when you want to walk over the earth, not getting in touch with the dust, not getting the filth of the ground, you cannot cover the whole earth with leather. That is not possible. So what we do is we cover our own feet with leather and we walk over anywhere we like. So it does not, our feet do not get contaminated. The dust doesn't touch our feet at all. That is how, when the mind becomes full, with that mind, anywhere we go, the whole world, as we see the criminal, the friend, and the Mahatma, as well as the wrong people, right people, many things happening in the world, the death, birth, everything, it does not pollute our mind anymore at all. In the second verse, Samane vrikshe purusho nimagnaha, he says that the purushaha, I said the other day also, purushaha also there are two etymological meaning. One is purishete iti purushaha. That means one who is encapsulated in the body, who is living in the body. Purishete iti purushaha. That means what we are just now calling the lower bird, the small identity, the selfish identity we have. That is the purushaha in us. Even for the ultimate identity, our true identity also we use the word purushaha. For the truth, ultimate truth, or all pervading Atma also we use the word same purushaha. There the etymological deduction is purnam anena sarvamiti, that everything is filled with that. The whole, everything is filled with the consciousness. Actually, it is not just filled, but everything is appearing in the consciousness. So he says that this lower bird, the constricted bird also, is on the same tree. Samane vrikshe, that means it is identical on the same tree. This Purushaha is Nimagnaha, it is completely immersed in the tree. Samane vrikshe Purushaha Nimagnaha. See, both the birds are on the tree. The experience of the bird can be had only within our body. The experience of the Atma can be had only in our body. The I generally we are experiencing is actually within us. We cannot experience the I in the light, in the microphone, in the table. We cannot experience the I there, anywhere, other than our deep within, at the center of our heart, our Hrid Guha or Buddhi Guha. Other than our deep within, nowhere we can experience the I. Similarly, when we experience the real identity I also, it is possible only when our body is there. And we look within our body. We cannot try to understand this real identity somewhere else, far off in the sky or in the galaxies. It is not possible. The experiences are possible. The body is the seat of experience. And whatever we know, knowledge, everything has to be in this body itself. So even the knowledge of this real identity also has to be in this body itself. But when we reach there, we find that although we have gone into the body, but the body is only the part of the whole universe, a small speck in the whole universe. The whole universe is appearing in that consciousness. This consciousness cannot be fragmented by the body, mind, or anything at all, by anything objective. So that consciousness is transcendental, not even one, because when we say one, there is a concept of fragmentation, there is a concept of two, many, etc. So the whole universe is appearing in that, we come to know. But the fact is that this knowledge has to reside in the body. When we have the body, we can do it. So it is in the same tree that both the birds are sitting, of which this lower bird, that is Nimagnaha. It is completely immersed in the tree. It cannot see anything outside. It is only seeing the fruits, various kinds of fruits, leaves, etc., or even the dangerous animals, whatever is there around. It is completely immersed in that. Anishaya shochati muhyamanaha. Anishaya, that means Anisha. Anisha means lack of control, lack of mastery. Isha means mastery. So why do we practice spiritual sadhana? It is to gain mastery over ourselves. Normally, we are always slave to the external world. We are always suffering from slavery. Anything happening in the objective world, immediately we lose our self-seatedness. We lose our temper. Somebody speaks something abusively to us. Maybe it is not true of me. Immediately we get so much fired up that we also start abusing him, losing our self-seatedness. If somebody is saying something abusively and it is not true, if there is some truth in it, we should thank him that you have pointed out my fault and I should be able to correct it. If there is no truth in it, then it is his business. How does it matter? We should be able to take it without any disturbance. Not only that, if somebody is speaking like that, we should be concerned about him, that why is this person speaking like this? Has anything gone wrong? Did I hurt him anyway? Let me inquire. There is no question of fighting back and coming out with a vituperation, saying so many things in return, abuse or so. But we do it generally because we are slave to the circumstances. This is where we lack our mastery, the control over ourselves. Isha means a complete mastery over ourselves. So he says, na Isha means Anisha. Anishaya means out of lack of mastery over himself. Shochati muhyamanaha. Muhyamanaha. That means it is out of delusion, out of moha. It is always worrying about things, desiring things, and whether the desire will be fulfilled or not, thinking of that, it is always worried. It is suffering from anxiety of losing. Suppose it has got enough money, it wanted money, and it has got enough of money. Now the mind will start thinking, if by anyhow, if because of anything I lose my money, what will happen? Initially he was wanting money, so that was a disturbance. Now when he has money, Either he wants still more money, that is causing him unhappiness, or he is afraid of losing his money, that is also causing his unhappiness. If there is somebody I love, I am always afraid that something will happen to him. He may get into an accident, or he may die, or something else may happen. Always because of this delusion, we are creating a world around us. It is not the real world around us. The real world is as it is. But we are creating a mental world around us only because of our ragadvesha, because of our likes and dislikes, because of our ragadvesha bhaya, our fear of losing what we like and fear of facing what we dislike. This is what we are constantly doing. That is what is meant by muhyamanaha, shochati muhyamanaha. It is under grief. Because of what? Anishaya, because of lack of self-mastery, lack of mastery, and because of its own worries and anxieties created by its delusion. That is the state of the lower bird, he said. Jushtam yada pashyati anyam isham asya mahimanamiti vita shokaha. He becomes vita shokaha. This lower bird becomes vita shokaha. That means it becomes freed of its grief. So we should not worry that our fate, there is no solution to our fate. There is a solution. We are grieving, we are worried, we are affected by the world, we are completely overwhelmed by the world, but there is a way. What is it that it is seeing? This bird, what does it do? It sees that jushtam yada pashyati anyam isham. That other bird, this bird sees that the other bird sitting on the top of the tree, it is completely having control over itself. It is master of itself. It is not getting affected by anything at all. Its mind is always placid, always cheerful. It is not suffering from whatever I am suffering from. It is not getting elated by what I am getting elated by. It is free of elation and depression. How it is happening? This is the glory of this bird. That how it has developed this great dimension by which it is not getting affected by anything happening in the world at all. So that is the mahima of the other bird, the Upanishad is saying. That when it sees that mahima of the other bird, it gets attracted by that. Jushtam means what is worshipped by others, what is honored by others. He sees that this impersonality of this bird, this unaffectedness of this bird is honored by everybody, and it gets attracted to that. It looks at the bird first, then starts moving towards it. Finally one day it discovers that that bird is not different from me. I am the same bird. So far I did not know that this is my real identity. That mahima we are talking about, the glory of the self, the glory of Brahman, the glory of the world also, they are nothing, they are all within me. The whole world is appearing in me. Suppose there is something great in the world, that greatness is a concept in my mind. There is something bad in the world, that badness also is a concept in our mind. That is why it is said that don't look into others' defects and always go on blaming others' defects. Because by that what is happening? Nothing is happening to the other person, but your mind is getting filled with all those blameful thoughts, all those defect-oriented thoughts. So you are polluting your mind by blaming others. Nothing is happening to others at all. But we are so glued to these tendencies that we are not able to get rid of it. Who likes this? When we are critical of something, blaming something, are we not suffering because of that? Our mind is not at all peaceful in that state. But why is it that we are not able to come out of it? Because we have developed this, and it has become a habit. Even a person who understands very well, the mind which loves everybody, which thinks well of everybody, always looks for welfare of everybody, wants to praise everybody, appreciate everything. Such a mind is the best possible mind we can think of, and such a mind is the most comfortable mind. Knowing that also we are not able to have it because of our worldly tendencies which we have developed. Firstly, we have inherited that. In the cells it is there. Then we have also been doing it throughout our life. Even when we become sadhak also, we are not able to get rid of it. So that is what is always taking away the mahima of our soul, our real identity. Otherwise, whatever we see, it is all within us, it is not outside. Even when we go to the Guru, seeing his mahima, seeing his greatness, we are seeing as somebody different from me. But going to the Guru, when the Guru guides us and takes us along the path, slowly we discovered that whatever I was attracted in the Guru, whatever qualities I had seen in him, all those are there in my real identity. That is why in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna repeatedly says that one who does that, he attains me or he attains my state. It is repeatedly comes in Bhagavad Gita again and again. Who does it, he becomes like me or he attains me. That means that me is what? That me is there in everybody. It is not Krishna. We need not think of Krishna. Krishna had identified himself, his identity with the real identity. So anybody who identifies himself, his identity with that real identity, he becomes identical with Krishna's identity. So that is this bird, when he finally moves towards that and finally discovers that the glory of that other bird is nowhere different from me, it is right within me, then he becomes freed of all grief. Vita shokaha. In Kathopanishad it is there, I have earlier also mentioned, that anoraniyan mahato mahiyan atmasya jantor nihito guhayam tamakratuhu pashyati vita shokaha dhatu prasadat mahimanam atmanaha. He says this Atma or Brahman is subtler than the subtlest. Aniyan, it is even the smallest particle, it is smaller than that. Mahato mahiyan, it is greater than the greatest. But at the same time, this contradictory qualities of greater than the greatest, smaller than the smallest, that same, at the same time, it is residing jantoho nihitam gruhayam. In the animals, in the human beings or any other being, it is right within the heart. It is lying within our heart. Heart means the emotional center of our being, from where the the I sense is coming out. So it is right there. Now why are we not able to experience then this glory of this great Atma or the Brahman? Why are we not able to experience this? Because of the Raga, Dvesha, Bhaya and all the impurities, all the fragmentation we have collected throughout our interaction with the world. So he says that tam akratuhu pashyati vita shokaha. See, the same thing, vita shokaha, there also it is coming. When the person becomes freed of all ego and desire, akratuhu, then pashyati vita shokaha, he becomes freed of grief. How? Dhatu prasadat mahimanam atmanaha. That Atma, the glory of the Atma which we have been speaking about, this smaller than the smallest, bigger than the biggest, never unaffected by anything happening in the world, always pure, always pristine. All that glory of the Atma, he pashyati, he sees. It is not seeing with the eyes, although they are using pashyati, generally they will use ikshana. It is seeing with the inner sense, with the buddhi, with the bodhi. It will shine in the pratibodha, it will shine in the bodhi, the foundation of the buddhi, it will shine, that purity will shine there. How? Dhatu prasadat. Dhatu means the elements of our being, which our being, our body, mind, senses, personality is made. By the purification of the body, mind, personality, of all the elements, by the purification, dhatu prasadat, when all the elements of our personality, they become purified, they become placid, then that glory becomes my own glory. The Atma's glory becomes our own Atma's glory. See, in Bhartrihari's Vairagya Shatakam, there is a shloka. There are many shlokas, everything is about Vairagya. There are 100 shlokas on Vairagya. That is why it is called Vairagya Shatakam. It says, Adityasya gata gatairaharaha samkshiyate jivitam vyaparairbahukaryabharagurubhih kalopi na jnayate drishtva janma jara vipatti maranam trasascha notpadyate pītvā mohamayim pramādamadiram unmatta bhūtam jagat ādityasya gatāgatairaharaha samkshiyate jivitam vyāpārairbahukaryabhāragurubhih kālopi na jñāyate drishtva janma jara vipatti maranam trāsascha notpadyate pītvā mohamayim pramādamadiram unmatta bhūtam jagat. He says that this continuous coming and going of the sun, every day our ayus is becoming, it is passing away, it is becoming shorter and shorter. Our life is becoming shorter, it is going away. But we are so overwhelmed with whatever I have to do, whatever I have done, thinking about so many things. I have to do this, I have to do that, I have done this, I have done something great, I have done something wrong. Constantly, vyaparair bahukarya bhara gurubhihi kalopi na jñāyate. We are not aware that the days are passing and we are nearing death, that we forget. How long will we go on just dealing with these activities without finding our ultimate peace, ultimate goal, ultimate happiness? We never think it. Simply the days pass. Drishtva janma jara vipatti maranam trasascha notpadyate. Even seeing that people are dying, people are getting born, people are dying, people are becoming old, and people are dying from accidents. Anytime we may fall. Anytime, even a small something happening inside the brain, we may fall dead, but we don't remember it. We go on with our bhoga pravritti. Bhoga pravritti means enjoying the world, never getting satiated. We are trying to become happy, but never become happy. Happiness does not stay. We never become permanently happy at all. Right from the beginning, whatever we are doing, it is only looking for the happiness, that ultimately I will become happy. But when we look around in the world, we are not careful enough, we are not thinking enough. Do we find anybody in the world has become happy by either becoming rich or becoming famous or doing many things in the world? If at all anybody has become permanently happy, it is not by doing anything in the world, but because of his mindset, because he is free of desires. So looking at the world also, we never analyze and realize that my day might be over any time, I may fall dead. That we don't remember. Pītvā mohamayim pramādamadiram unmatta bhūtam jagat. That the whole world he is saying is actually pramāda mohamayim pramādamadiram. Pramādamadiram means the liquor of inadvertence, the liquor of delusion. Pramāda. Pramāda means generally inattention, inadvertence, but it means bhrama also, delusion. Moha, mohamayim, it's all, everything is deluded. We are not going into the real truth at all. So as if we had drunk with the whole world, unmatta bhutam jagat, as if the whole world has become mad, drinking the liquor of delusion. And that is the state around. That is what he said, that this bird is anishaya shochati muhyamanaha. He is depressed, he is grieving, seeing because of this delusion the whole world is going around in this. That is the state of this bird also. Now why did I recite from Bhartrihari this particular verse? Because of the last line, Pītvā mohamayim pramādamadiram unmatta bhūtam jagat. because of that. Because I want now to expand this concept from the individual level to a societal level, to, you can say, even business level also. This verse is very important. So far this illustration we have been discussing about the individual sadhana, that how we are engrossed with the world objects, the world situations, and governed by our likes and dislikes, how we are slave to the world situation, we are always getting affected, worried by the world situation.